Welcome to the deep dive. Have you ever just stopped and looked closely at, say, a tree, or even just wiggled your fingers and kind of marveled at how everything just works?
It is pretty amazing, isn't it, how organized living things are, complex.
Totally. And it all starts with these tiny, tiny building blocks. Incredible, really.
Indeed. And you might already know about those microscopic blocks, cells. But the really amazing part, I think, is that these cells don't just do their own thing.
Right, they're team players.
Exactly. They're like tiny individual workers who, decide to team up.
And that's precisely what our deep dive is all about today. We're digging into these super teams of cells, what scientists call tissues.
Think of them like specialized crews, maybe. Each one doing a specific, really vital job. Doesn't matter if it's in a giant tree or right inside you.
Our mission today, then, is to explore what these tissues are, where you find them, the incredible jobs they do, and, well, how understanding all this teamwork helps us appreciate just how complex life is.
And we'll break it down so it's clear, maybe even fun. We'll also look at how thinking about this stuff can help you, answer questions and figure things out.
Okay, so let's use that building block idea. Imagine cells are like individual bricks. One brick, well, it can't do much by itself, can it?
Nope, not really. But what happens when you put a bunch of similar bricks together?
You get something bigger, something useful.
Exactly, like a strong wall or maybe even a whole room in a house. And those walls or rooms, each one has a special purpose, holding up the roof, keeping out the rain.
Ah, I see. So those are like the tissues, groups of similar bricks or cells working together, doing one specific job.
You got it. That's the core idea.
That makes visualizing it much easier, like construction crews.
Right.
So how does this teamwork scale up from cells to, well, us?
Well, it's this beautiful hierarchy, really. Like you said, bricks make walls, walls make rooms, rooms make a house. In living things, cells group into tissues.
Yeah.
Tissues combine to form organs like your heart or a plant's leaf. Then organs team up to create organ systems. Think about your digestive system or a plant's root system. And finally, all those organ systems together make up the whole living organism. That's you, me, a tree, a beetle.
Wow. Okay, so it works for both plants and animals.
Absolutely. Both follow that same pattern. So to just nail it down, a tissue is a group of cells, similar structure, working together one specific function.
Perfect. So like the cells on my skin make up skin tissue, my muscle cells make muscle tissue.
Exactly. Or in a leaf, the green cells form one kind of tissue, and the cells that make the woody parts, that's another tissue. It's all teamwork.
Cool. So should we start with the plants, the green builders?
Let's do it. Plants basically have two main categories of tissues. You can think of them as the growers and the specialized workers.
Okay, the growers, that immediately makes me think about how fast plants can sometimes, shoot up. What are those tissues like?
Great connection. The growers are called meristematic tissues. And what's really cool is they're made of cells that are just constantly dividing, nonstop.
Like little engines?
Yeah, exactly. Tiny engines churning out new cells. That's how plants get taller and how their stems and roots get thicker.
And where do you find these busy engines?
At all the growing points. Yeah. So the very tips of the roots, the tips of the stems, the tips of branches, wherever growth is happening.
Okay. So if they're always dividing, are the cells themselves different, like inside?
They are, yeah. Meristematic cells are usually small. They have thin walls and a really large nucleus. That's the control center, remember? And here's something interesting. They have hardly any vacuoles. Those big storage sacs you see in other plant cells. Almost none here. They're just too busy dividing.
Wow. No time for storage, just growth.
Pretty much.
You can actually see this happening really easily.
Yeah.
If you take some green gram seeds, mung seeds,
yeah,
soak them overnight, then put them on some damp cotton wool.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
In just a day or two, you see those little white sprouts emerge, right? That super fast growth you see. That's those meristematic tissues in the root tip going full throttle.
Exactly, making new cells like crazy. But eventually, those new cells need to, well, get a job.
They grow up.
They grow up. They mature and become permanent tissues. These are the specialized workers. They stop dividing and become experts at doing one particular thing.
Ah, okay. So they go from builders to like specialized professionals. How are these tissues organized?
They fall into two main types: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple ones are mostly about support and protection. Complex ones are more like the plant's delivery system.
Got it. Let's start with simple. First one is protective tissue. Sounds straightforward.
It is pretty much. Think of it as the plant's skin. or maybe even like a built-in raincoat.
Okay.
It forms a protective layer covering the surface of roots, stems, and leaves. The outer layer of a leaf, the epidermis, actually secretes this waxy stuff.
Ah, that's why water beads up.
Exactly. The water just rolls right off. It's a fantastic, natural, waterproof coat.
That's smart. Okay, what about the tissues that provide support, the supportive ones?
Right. For supportive tissues, we have three main types. First is parenchyma.
Parenchyma. Okay.
These are usually large cells, thin walls, they're alive, and often have little spaces between them. You find them in the softer parts of the plant.
What do they do?
Couple of things. They store food. Think about a potato that's mostly parenchyma cells packed with starch. They also provide some temporary support. And some parenchyma cells, like in leaves, even have chlorophyll to help make food. Pretty versatile.
Okay, versatile. Then there's collenchyma.
Collenchyma, yes. These also provide support, but it's more flexible support.
Flexible. How?
Well, they're also living cells, but they're longer, and their corners are thickened. Gives them strength, but allows bending.
Where would you find those?
Good question. Think about the stalk that holds a leaf onto a stem, or just under the skin of young stems. They let things bend without breaking, like when the wind blows.
Okay. Like how a leaf can flutter but not snap off easily?
Precisely. That's collenchyma providing that flexible strength.
So, flexible support. What about really strong, rigid support, like the skeleton?
For that, plants rely on sclerenchyma. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Oh, how so?
These cells are long, narrow, have super thick walls, and here's the kicker, they're actually dead cells.
Dead cells doing an important job.
It's amazing engineering by nature. A dead cell provides incredible strength, like a steel beam, but needs zero energy to maintain.
Wow. Okay, that's efficient. Where are these found?
In stems, giving them rigidity, and in the veins you see in leaves. They often form strong fibers. They are the plant's super strong, rigid skeleton.
Dead cells doing vital work. That's fascinating. Okay, let's move to the complex permanent tissues. You said these are like the plant's delivery system, also called vascular tissue.
Exactly. Vascular or conducting tissue. First up is xylem. Think of xylem as the plant's water pipes.
Water pipes, okay.
It's made of thick-walled, tube-like cells, often dead cells again, actually. They're lined up end to end, forming long channels.
And their job?
To transport water and dissolved minerals that the roots absorb from the soil upwards, all the way up to the leaves for photosynthesis, or just to replace water lost to the air.
Upwards only. Got it. Hey, there's a cool way to see this, right? With a carrot.
Oh yeah, the carrot and ink, that's a great one.
If you cut the bottom off a carrot, stick it in some colored ink or food coloring water for a while, and then slice the carrot lengthwise.
You'll see the colored water has stained the very central part. That central core is mostly xylem. It shows you exactly how water travels up through those tiny pipes.
It's a neat visual. Okay, so xylem handles water going up. What about the food the plant makes?
For that, we have phloem. This is the plant's food delivery service.
Delivery, okay.
Phloem is made of living, tubular cells, and its job is to transport the food, the sugars made in the leaves during photosynthesis, to all the other parts of the plant that need energy.
So like down to the roots or out to the growing tips.
Exactly. Phloem allows for both upward and downward movement of food. It's like a two-way street, making sure everyone gets fed.
Xylem up, phloem up and down. Got it. That covers the plant world pretty well.
Yeah.
Shall we switch to us? Animal tissues, our body's team players.
Let's do it. And just like plants, our bodies rely on these cellular teams. We generally group them into four major types.
Four main groups. What are they?
We have epithelial tissues, think coverings and linings. Then connective tissue, the support crew. Muscular tissues, the movers. And nervous tissue, the messengers.
Okay, let's start with epithelial tissue. Coverings and linings.
Yep. Think of it like your body's wallpaper, or maybe a protective sheet. It forms a thin layer covering the entire outer surface of your body. That's your skin.
Skin, right.
But it also lines the inside of body cavities and organs. So it's both an outer shield and an inner lining. Acts as a barrier.
So not just skin. Where else?
Oh, lots of places. Inside your kidneys, the tubes are lined with cube-shaped epithelial cells, great for absorption, your stomach and intestines. Lined with taller, column-shaped ones, good for secreting digestive juices.
Different shapes for different jobs.
Exactly. And your windpipe has epithelial cells with tiny hair, cilia, that sweep stuff out. So, yeah, diverse roles depending on where they are.
Cool. Next up, connective tissue. The body's glue and support system, you called it.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Its main job is connecting other tissues and organs, holding things together, providing support.
And there are different kinds of this glue.
Definitely. We have supportive connective tissue for starters, like cartilage. It's the smooth stuff covering the ends of your bones and joints.
It makes movement easier.
Exactly. And it also gives shape and support to your nose tip, your outer ear, your windpipe. Go on, try bending the top of your ear.
Okay, yeah, it springs right back.
That's the flexible cartilage. Then, of course, there's bone. That's our main support structure. Bone cells are stuck in this hard matrix full of calcium and phosphorus salts. That's what makes bones so strong, our internal scaffolding.
Right. What else counts as connective?
Well, there's fibrous connective tissue, like areolar tissue. It sort of loosely binds your skin to the muscles underneath, allows a bit of movement.
Okay.
And adipose tissue, that's basically fat tissue. Cells filled with fat globules, stores energy, insulates you, cushions your organs.
Makes sense. And what about things like tendons?
Ah, yes. Tendons and ligaments are crucial types of fibrous connective tissue. People often mix them up.
How are they different?
Okay, tendons are like strong cords connecting muscles to bones. Think about your Achilles tendon connecting your calf muscle to your heel bone. When the muscle pulls, the tendon transmits that force to the bone.
Muscle to bone. Got it. And ligaments.
Ligaments connect bone to another bone at a joint. They're like strong, slightly stretchy straps that hold your skeleton together and stabilize the joints. Bone to bone.
Tendons, muscle to bone, ligaments, bone to bone. Okay, that helps. What's the last type of connective tissue?
The fluid connective tissue. This is your body's transport system, really. Includes blood and lymph.
Blood? Okay, that makes sense as connective, I guess. It
Yeah.
connects everything.
In a way, yes. Blood has the liquid part, plasma, and then the cells, red blood cells carrying oxygen, white blood cells for immunity, platelets for clotting.
And the lymph.
Lymph is the fluid that surrounds your body cells. It's similar to plasma, but without the red cells. Both blood and lymph are vital for transporting nutrients like glucose, oxygen, amino acids, hormones, all the essential stuff around your body.
A super efficient delivery service indeed. Okay, onto muscular tissue, the body's movers. This one seems pretty obvious. It makes our muscles.
Yep. Muscle tissue is all about contraction and relaxation. That simple action allows for all movement, from walking and jumping to blinking or your heart beating.
And there are different kinds of muscle tissue too, right?
3 main kinds. First, striated muscles, also called voluntary muscles,
Voluntary meaning.
meaning you consciously control them. You decide when they move. These are the muscles attached to your bones, your biceps, your leg muscles. When you decide to lift something or kick a ball, these are the ones working.
Okay. What about muscles we don't control?
Those are unstriated muscles, also called involuntary or smooth muscles. They work automatically. You don't think about them.
Where would we find those?
In the walls of your internal organs, like your intestines, pushing food along.
Oh, wow.
Or in the walls of blood vessels. The iris of your eye controlling your pupil size. They handle the background work.
Right. And the third type?
The third type is really special, cardiac muscle. This is also involuntary. You don't control it consciously.
And it's only found.
Only in the walls of your heart. And here's the truly amazing thing. Cardiac muscle contracts rhythmically on its own, and it never gets tired during a healthy person's lifetime.
Never. Wow. That's incredible. Non-stop work from birth till death.
It really is a testament to biological design. Its structure is perfectly adapted for endurance.
Okay, last but definitely not least, nervous tissue. The body's messaging system.
The command and control network. This tissue makes up your brain, spinal cord, and nerves. It's responsible for sending super fast messages all over your body.
How does it send messages?
It's made of specialized elongated cells called neurons or nerve cells.
Neurons.
Each neuron has a main part, the cell body. Then it has these branch-like extensions called dendrites that receive signals, and usually one long extension called an axon, which transmits signals away.
So signals come in the dendrites, go out the axon.
Basically, yes. And axons often bundle together to form what we call nerves. Think of them like bundles of telephone wires carrying electrical and chemical signals incredibly fast. Lets you think, feel, react, move, everything.
Phew, that's quite a tour of tissues in both plants and animals. Okay, so we've learned about all these amazing teams of cells. Now, how does knowing this stuff actually help? Especially, say, if you're trying to answer questions about biology.
That's a great point. Understanding the basics really helps make sense of things. Let's think about how questions might come up.
Okay.
You might get a simple definition question, like a fill in the blank.
Yeah.
A group of similar cells performing a specific function forms a clade.
And now we know the answer is tissue.
Exactly. Or you might get an identification question, maybe a picture of that long, narrow, thick-walled plant cell.
Ah, the dead one. That's sclerenchyma. for strength.
Perfect. Or maybe match the tissue to the job, connects muscle to bone.
That's a tendon.
See? You've got it.
Yeah.
Then there are location or function questions. Where do you find meristematic tissue?
At the growing tips of plants, roots and stems,
Right. Or what's the specific job of phloem?
transporting food, both up and down the plant.
Exactly. The key is really just remembering the main job for each tissue type and maybe one key feature or where it's found.
And thinking about those analogies helps too, like the plant's skin, the water pipes, the body's glue.
Absolutely. Those mental shortcuts can really lock the information in and help you explain it.
Okay, so let's try to quickly recap the absolute key takeaways then.
Sounds good.
First, the big picture. Cells form tissues. Tissues are teams of similar cells doing one specific job.
Right. For plant tissues, you've got meristematic tissue, that's for growth, always dividing, found at the tips, the builders. Then permanent tissues they've specialized stop dividing. These include simple ones for protection and support, like the epidermis skin, parenchyma, storage soft parts, cholankyma, flexible support, and sclerenchyma, rigid support, the dead cells.
Okay.
And complex ones, the delivery system. Xylem for water-moving UP, and phloem for food-moving UP and down.
Got it. And for animal tissues, epithelial tissue. Covers surfaces and lines cavities. Think skin, lining of your gut.
Connective tissue. Connects, supports, transports. This is a big group: bone, cartilage, blood, fat, tendons, ligaments. The glue and framework, muscular tissue. For movement, you've got the voluntary ones you control, arms, legs. Involuntary ones that work automatically, gut, blood vessels, and that amazing, tireless cardiac muscle in the heart. And nervous tissue sends messages super fast using neurons. Your brain nerves, the communication network.
That's a great summary. So, thinking about all this, what's the big picture mean?
Well, it means that everything alive, from the tallest tree to the tiniest insect, and yes, your own incredible body, is built from these amazing tissue teams.
They're working constantly behind the scenes.
Exactly. Tirelessly, mostly without us even noticing, just keeping everything going, growing, moving, living.
So maybe the next time you see a little green sprout pushing through the soil, or you feel your own heart beating, or even just wiggle your toes.
Yeah, take a second. Think about those microscopic teams, the tissues, all working together perfectly to make that happen. It's pretty profound when you think about the sheer scale of that coordination.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, what other amazing teamwork is happening inside us right now that we're completely unaware of?
That's a great thought to end on. The hidden world within.